fellow Toastmasters. Is there anyone in this room who is mad about English? Please raise your hands. It seemed not too long ago that I had the dubious honor of being selected to be the English language evaluator for our very own Money Mastery Toastmasters Club. My husband was really enchained, first convinced me to have a try at language evaluation at one of the club meetings. While my husband was driving us home, he was laughing non-stop at how I was cornered into performing a role not many people enjoy. I was exasperated because I could not understand what he found so amusing. Was it very funny being a language evaluator? He summed it up best in true colloquial fashion by saying, "You kena arrow." Just to let you know, I corrected his English for one entire week after that. He ended up so funny after all.
So you arrow back.
I confess I am not mad about English. In fact, I remember disliking even using the dictionary when I was a student. My English teacher once called me lazy because I had asked her too many times how to read new or unfamiliar words. "Use the dictionary, it's right there," she would snap at me. While I was flipping the dictionary, I was puzzled how anyone could master English pronunciation, especially when I looked at the gibberish within those brackets behind the word I was searching for. I was truly befuddled. First, I had to master the gibberish, then the pronunciation. Thankfully, improving our English is not as painful as the English lessons we had in school during our Toastmasters meeting. We have the help of our language evaluator as well as fellow Toastmasters. Let me share with you a few aspects of how my communication skills have improved from our Toastmasters meetings and how it has also helped me in my work as a doctor. We all know how important it is to have good pronunciation to enable others to understand what we say. Whenever Mrs. Tan brings her overweight 3-year-old son to my clinic, she never fails to complain about what he has eaten. When he is afraid that I will give him a reproachful look, he slowly retreats into a corner and says, "I never eat chocolate." "Are you sure?" "Never." His mom always wonders why I correct his pronunciation instead of his eating habits. Honestly speaking, it's easier to correct the pronunciation rather than his food choices. Somehow, both of them always leave the clinic happy. At least something has improved. I am a firm advocate of good eating habits from young, as well as good pronunciation. The next thing we have to remember is the use of Singlish. Far too often, we are exposed to all the local flavors of our Singaporean English living on this sunny island. Most of us are not even aware of the garbled sentence structures we use in everyday life. Take, for instance, one of my not particularly well-liked patients, 4-year-old Sean, who is very generous with his tantrums and high kicks. He never fails to say, "I don't friend you," especially when he does not get sweets or stickers from me. Especially so when he's prescribed medicines he does not like. Of course, I will coolly and calmly tell him, "Yes, I don't want to be your friend too." Somehow, his parents always bring him back to see me again and again. Being in the Toastmasters Club sharpens a very important skill: listening and observing. This will help Toastmasters in situations where mere mortals find challenging. I have to admit that the skill of listening and observing has helped me far too many times. practice. Take, for example, toddler talk, which I frequently encounter almost every other day. This does not sound like any coherent language except to their parents. Now that I've acquired listening and observing, I will know how to pick up the verbal and non-verbal aspects of communication. Just last week, I saw one of my favorite darlings, 3-year-old Janelle, who is always very well behaved. However, this time she came in bawling. I asked her, "What happened? Why are you crying, especially with that bruise on your forehead?" Now, Janelle certainly had a story to tell. She began by saying, translated, that means, Koko jumped from the chair, take the Power Ranger toy, knocked my head. Very paid up. As you can see, this Toastmasters journey has been enriching and has, well, I can say, benefited me tremendously. The next time you are selected by the club president to be the language evaluator, don't simply think you kena arrow lah. You don't have to be mad about English to speak it well, just a little enthusiastic about it. Toastmaster.